Welcome back, everyone. This has been an awesome week. I'm not gonna lie, it has been a great week for game collecting for me personally. I've got my Grail. I've mentioned it. It's an item that I've wanted for so long. I say the Grail, it's a Grail. It's something I've wanted since I laid eyes on it 2 or 3 years ago. And I finally got my hands on one thanks to Delboy. But this week I have managed to get 2 CEX trips in, 2 separate CEXs. I've done half a trip. I'll explain it a bit later on. We've gone to regenerate, we've got to cash and exchange, we've done some charity shop. It's going to be a long video, I think. It's going to be like the old style videos when I was first starting out and hunting all the time and just pick up after pick up. So let's get into it. The first one was a trip to Hereford CEX. There was one game I wanted. I didn't want to make the trip to Hereford just for one game. I was thinking of ordering it and just paying the postage, but it just so happened that someone was smiling down on me and something happened which led to me going to Hereford anyway. So I'll leave you with the footage and I'll see you back here. So I'm en route to Hereford. Basically the shop I'm working in is right next to CEX. Just so happens a game I wanted. I've been watching it on eBay and it's for sale on eBay for 25 quid. I put an offer in for 20. They never responded. They didn't decline, they just never responded. So I was like, alright, whatever. I checked CEX, it's only £18 in CEX. It's not in any of my locals. There's about 5 copies in stock. One of them is Hereford store, so you couldn't write it really. So I was gonna order it. I thought this weekend now, I'll order it because it was payday yesterday. I'll order it from CEX and pay the £3 postage. I'll get it for 21 quid. Still relatively what I was gonna pay for it off eBay, cheaper than what they're asking. And then it happens that my customer messaged me. They got a problem in their shop in Hereford, so I thought, right, the stars have aligned. Let's go and get this job done. Hopefully a 5-minute job. CEX is next door and I can pick up the game. So basically I didn't want to make this trip. Hereford is about 40 minutes from me. Didn't want to make the trip purposely just for one game. It would have been cheaper just to pay the postage. But as I'm getting paid to do it now, it makes sense. I'll just grab it while I'm there. So I'll see you all when I get to Hereford. So here we are, folks. We are at Hereford store and they've got a copy of Deadpool, which you'll see is a theme in the rest of this video. Ghost of Tsushima, another game that I need to pick up. I really still don't have a copy. I've only played it digitally, but I really want to get a physical copy of that. Apologies, I've sped this video up slightly purely because it dragged on a bit. It got a bit boring and I'm a bit conscious of how long this video is going to end up in total. It's going to be like a bloody, I don't know, War and Peace documentary or something. Astrobot, still want to get that, but I'm not paying 50 odd quid for it, so we're going to have to wait for that one, unfortunately, folks. Seen a couple of copies for 40 quid-ish, but still a bit more than I want to play. So I'm just going around now looking at the game I want. I know it's there, it's definitely there. I saw it, so I'm just looking at other ones like this, Way of the Hunter. There's another hunting game as well. I can't think of the name now, but I've been watching some reviews on that. Don't know why, I just fancy getting a hunting game. Completely different to what I normally play, but I just thought it was something to chill out with. And then we've got this. This is like a World War One style game. Don't know why, I just really want a war-based game as well. My tastes are changing as I'm getting older, I think. I'm just turning into an old man. I want to play games about the war and chilled out hunting games. I am bad enough that I've got the golf games yet or fishing games, but you know. And then we have got Squirrel with a Gun there, which looks absolutely mint. Some of the retro stuff here. Don't have a lot. They got some Sega CD bits, which is nice. You don't see that so often, but nothing jumping out. Nice game and watch, but that's about it really, folks. Hereford isn't great, and like I said, it was a fleeting visit. I was on a time scale. So there we are, that was CEX Hereford. It was a short trip. I was a bit on a time thing. It was a Saturday morning. I didn't want to work. I had plans. I wanted to be home by about 1 o'clock. The shop I was working in didn't open until 10, so I had 10 till 1 to do the job, get the game, and rush back to home. So it was a bit of a rush tour CEX. But having said that, I got the game I wanted, and that game is Squirrel with a Gun. Now, you may think I'm a bit mad buying this game, but I don't know what it is. It was on the PlayStation Store. It was $11.99, and I watched like the trailer thing for it, and I just thought that looked so much fun. So I thought, right, I'm going to get it, but obviously I want a physical copy. So I ended up tracking it down. There was 5 in CEX at the time. The closest store was Hereford, which is why I had to go to the Hereford store to get it. But yeah, super excited to play this. It looks real good. It looks real. It just looks a load of fun. I'm probably going to live stream it as well, just for a barrel of laughs. Now, the very next day, so we're talking the Sunday, me and Laura had to go to Newport for something, and I thought, well, there's another game I want. There's a couple, I don't know what it is, but in my mind, my mindset of gaming has not changed, but there's a couple of games. I've got a list of games I want to get through. I got a list, and I'm checking them off as I'm completing them. Obviously, Squirrel with a Gun wasn't on there, and there was another game that wasn't on there. So I just thought, I'm going to buy this. It's only a cheap game. It's £5. The nearest one was Newport. We was going to Newport. I said, let's pick it up. Just so happened that en route there, I was on call that day with work. I had a call out, so I had to turn around and go back. So unfortunately, I couldn't go. But Laura still went there anyway, and I will show you what she picked up for me. So the game in question, it was only £5, is Call of Duty World War II. Now, I know this is an old game, and I don't really like Call of Duty. I'm not a massive fan of Call of Duties, I'm not going to lie. I'm not a massive first-person guy. I don't mind horror so much, but I'd still rather third-person. But this game, I don't know what it is, don't know if it's a time of year or what, but I really wanted to get sunk into like a World War themed game. And I thought, well, who does these games the best? It's probably Call of Duty, isn't it? Graphically and gameplay wise. So I had a look, it's a £5. I was like, yeah, I'll get it. I'll definitely get it. So that is on my list to play. But as always, Laura likes to spend my money for me. So while she was there, she was looking around for games with sleeves and all that. She rang me. There was Tintin, which I do want, but it's a special edition. It's like 38 quid. I don't want to be spending that sort of money on games this side of Christmas. But there was one that she found, and I was like, get it. I've loved the Steelbook, and I wanted it for a while. I don't seem to find it anywhere, and that is Oddworld Soulstorm. Now, I'm not going to lie, the only reason I bought this is for this Steelbook. I think it's an absolutely stunning Steelbook. 20 quid this was, so it is a lot of money just for steel, but I will probably play the game as well. I used to, on the PS1, I had Oddworld Abe's Odyssey on a demo, so I played the demo to death, and then I had Abe's Exodus. I actually bought the game at that. I don't know if it was a glitch or something, but I remember I was getting so far into the game, and then I got to a certain level. Every time I went through a door, the game would just crash on me, so I never actually finished Abe's Exodus. Maybe I was going the wrong way, I don't know. But it'd be good to play this back. I'm not sure if it's a completely new story or like an updated version of the originals, but that Steelbook is absolutely stunning. I love it. I've wanted it for ages, and it's nice to finally get my hands on a copy of it. And whilst there, Laura saw a couple of games behind the desk. She sent me this photo. I said, oh, that Mortal Kombat's sick, but I don't want to be spending loads of money on games. I'm already 25 quid in at this point, plus I bought Squirrel with a Gun the day before. I said, just leave them there. She comes home, and of course, she has bought me the Mortal Kombat. I can't remember which one it is now, because the sticker's off it. Mortal Kombat Ultimate. It's Mortal Kombat 11, the Ultimate Edition. It comes with a DVD, so I'm going to sink my teeth into that as well. I love watching the DVDs. But what a nice Steelbook. It comes with extra DLC and bits and bobs as well. Probably not on there, but what a Steelbook that is. Now, when I done my Steelbook video, I was saying I'm not really a Steelbook collector. I don't class myself as a Steelbook collector. But it seems to be taking a turn for that, doesn't it? Because I've got a fair amount. I've probably got 40, and now I'm just adding Steelbook after Steelbook after Steelbook. So that was a Sunday. Let's fast forward a couple of days then. I was in work, middle of the week. I was working in one of my local towns, and they got a cash exchange. It's not the one I always go to. It's a bit further afield, so it was nice to get in there sometimes. I had a quick look around. There wasn't a lot jumping out to me. I'm not going to lie, at this stage, there's not a lot of games I got a list on CX, don't get me wrong, but there's nothing that's really desperate to buy. So at the minute, I'm just browsing and seeing if there's anything I like the look of or anything I haven't heard of before. And I picked up this game, The Inner World, The Last Wind Monk. Now, don't ask me why I picked this up. I just really like the artwork style. I'm a sucker for this kind of artwork style. I've bought a few games with real nice artwork, and I still haven't played any of them, but they're there for the future. I really like the look of it. It's like a puzzle-y type game. You just solve puzzles. It's not anything like super brilliant or anything, but it'll be a nice chilled out game. I can play on the Portal one evening when I'm down Laura, so pick that one up. Let me know if you've played that and what you thought of it. And in the meantime, I did have an Amazon parcel show up, which is this. This is a game I've wanted for a while as well. I've just been waiting for the right price. It's 25 quid in CX. I've seen it for sale on Vinted and stuff for like 15 quid and yada yada yada. So I've been holding off. But like now I want to try and get the live streaming again. I thought this would be a good game to live stream. It's kind of a throwback, but it's on modern systems and it's something I really grew up on as a teenager. So anyway, let's just get into it. That game is Grand Theft Auto Trilogy. So we've got Grand Theft Auto 3, Vice City and San Andreas. Probably my favourite Grand Theft Auto games of all time. Vice City is my favourite. And then San Andreas. But I do have a massive soft spot for Grand Theft Auto 3. Just the nostalgia of when that released. It was the first ever Grand Theft Auto in 3D with a 3D world. It just blew my socks away. It kind of opened the door for a lot of gaming. And I just got a lot of fond memories with GTA 3. I actually 100%ed all of these back on the PS2 in the day. No trophies in them days, so maybe I could trophy hunt and maybe platinum these, because I've done it before as a 14, 15-year-old kid, so surely a 38-year-old should be able to do it with these, but we'll see. It depends how much time I want to put into them, because I don't have as much time as I used to then, you know. We've got 4 children and a full-time job, so. But I'll definitely be streaming these as a trip down memory lane. Really looking forward to these. It was $16.99 on Amazon, which I thought was a fair price, because it's brand new sealed as well. But I'm looking forward to cracking back into that. They've also had an update as well with this game, which is like patched a lot of the flaws that it had on launch. I know a lot of people complained about the rain and like the lighting and glitches and the fog. And Rockstar have taken over now. I can't remember the company who released the game, but Rockstar, it might say on the case actually. Grove Street released the game. Rockstar have like taken them off the reins now, and they've taken back over it, and they've patched all the updates, updated it and patched it all. So fingers crossed, it's going to play fine. So then we had a trip to Cwmbran. I had a impromptu day off work, so I thought me and the little man, let's go to Cwmbran, pop the CX. I wanted to trade in my DualSense Edge controller. I'll explain later why I'm doing that. But yeah, I wanted to trade that in and just have a nose, see if there's any steelbooks or anything cool in there. So I'll chuck some footage there. We did go to some other shops as well. So I'll chuck it all in a bit of a montage, and I'll see you back here and show you what I picked up. So we're off to another CEX. We're off to Cwmbran CEX this time. Just see what they got there. Any steelbooks or whatever. I say we, it's me and little man over there. We're going on a hunt. Yeah, so we're going. I got something to trade in as well. I am going to be trading in, if I can pick it up, my DualSense Edge controller. I'll explain to you a little bit later why I'm trading that in, because I always talk highly about that controller and why I love it so much. But I'll explain to you why I'm trading that in. So I'll see you all there. And music-wise today, it's feeling a bit like a Green Day day. Don't know why, really want a bit of Green Day. And it's old school Green Day, not the new stuff, the poppy stuff. So let's get the CX. So here we are, Cwmbran CX, TVM's local CX. Look at that Splinter Cell, that's cool. I wish that was a PlayStation one, I would have got that. And I love the retro artwork on this. It's Batman here on the Mega Drive. Same as the movie, it's ace. If I was still collecting Mega Drive, I would have got that. Don't know what this game is, I just got it in here because it looks a heavy hitter on the Sega Saturn. It's got to be up there with that sort of price, so any Sega Saturn fans, let me know what you think, what that game is. Borderlands 2 Collector's Edition as well. Only ever seen that once, and that was a subscriber sent me a photo of it, Invalid Blackout, so never seen it since. And like I've said, I've not really got anything I'm after at the moment, so I'm just checking out different games and looking at the backs, like you used to back in the day, you know. You didn't know what was good, you would just go into your local game shop, go off the back of the cover, and if you fancied it, you'd pick it up. Like this, never heard of this, ever. I didn't buy it, but you know, just checking out different things. The problem with most places are, well, I say most places, with the PS5 library, there isn't a great library, so you don't get a lot of selection. You have your big hits, you know, there's probably 5 or 6 games that everyone likes, but the rest is just junk. Now moving on to the PS4, having a nose. Dead Rising 4, I need that one, I don't have that. No idea what this is. Anyone in the comments know? Let me know. But it looked interesting. I'm really liking these like graphically different games, like cartoons and stuff like that with nice artwork. That I thought I didn't have that. But when I read it, it's actually Final Fantasy Type 0. I do have it, I just have it in a different case. Mine's like a plastic red case, it's like some sort of special edition. But I thought, shit, there's a Final Fantasy game I haven't got, but I did have it. They do have a load of PS4 games here, but it's just not anything jumping out at me that I want to buy. One thing's for sure though, they're not shy of copies of Deadpool here. Turtles Mutants in Manhattan. Now this is something I want to pick up, but it's still a bit pricey, so hopefully I'll get a cheaper copy somewhere. But those Deadpools, I can't get over it, man. There's 3 copies of that, and it's still holding its money. It has dropped slightly since the film has been released, but it's holding at 75 now, and it has been for a little while. And The Walking Dead Destinies, I might give that a go. I still haven't finished the Telltale series, so I need to get that done. And Wastelands I've never heard of. Just thought I'd have a little look at the back to see if it looked interesting at all. And look at those collector's editions. That Last of Us is so tempting, but it's hell of a price. Right, so that's in for testing for an hour. We're just going to have a quick look around now. There's a Regenerate here and some charity shops, so we'll have a nose in them and see what's around. So this is the first charity shop I went in. They had some games, but not many at all. And they're all Xbox games, so I don't really mess with Xbox games. Might have been some worth a few quid, but I just thought, you know what, I'm going to leave them there. TVM can help itself to those ones. And there's the handsome boy. Second charity shop. Got Plants vs Zombies, Air Garden Warfare, and then a couple of Blu-rays. I'm really tempted to start collecting Blu-rays, but whether I do or not is another story. But yeah, really popped in my head lately, but I might need to stop that urge. And then into Regenerate. So if you don't know, Regenerate is a bit like a cash converters or whatever, so pawn shop basically. Don't know if they'll have them anywhere else, or are they just a Welsh kind of thing. But they always have games. they do have some good deals. So it's always worth sticking your head in, because you never know what you're going to get. Like Forrest Gump with his chocolates. But today wasn't a great selection either. But you will see in a sec. I do find something which I thought was pretty sweet and a good price. That looked different. I was tempted by that, but I thought, oh, I'll probably regret it. Be one of them things. It's either going to be really cool, a hidden gem, or absolute garbage. No idea on this one either. There's so many titles on the PS4, I have no idea what they are. Street Fighter, still need to pick that one up. Should have grabbed it really, because it wasn't expensive. Then we got some of the older stuff then, PS2 and PS3. Resident Evil 6 steelbook there for £3. Absolute bargain. And then we stop for a quick bite to eat. So I got a nice little pickup from Regenerate. I'll show you that when we get home, and from the charity shop as well. Paid under the odds for both really, so happy with that. But while I'm here, I'm just going to pop to this shop called TVM, Television Video Music. We're going to pop in there, have a gander. Loads of toys and figures and NECA and all that jazz, so let's have a look at that. So this shop's called TVM. I love the place. It's just full of figures and geeky shit. Some Nightmare Before Christmas figures. I love Nightmare Before Christmas. One of my favourite movies of all time. Bendy figs. I don't know if anyone's collected any of these. I've got a couple myself. Got about 4 or 5 now, I think. Not loads. But they're cool. They're not as good as NECA, but they're pretty cool. Little like bobblehead things which aren't my cup of tea. I like the more realistic looking things rather than like cartoony or altered in any way. And then we've got some NECA here. We've got Jaws and whatnot. Well, there's just shit tons here. They've got all sorts. I could spend an absolute fortune in here. And then some masks, obviously, for Halloween or whatever. You've got Pennywise, Art the Clown, Freddy Krueger. I don't know who the other one was, though. Really don't know who that one was. It's funny how Funko Pops have seemed to have taken over the world, haven't they? So every store you go in now has just got mountains and mountains of Funko Pops. We've got some aliens here. Some other bits and bobs, Predator, Robocop, Terminator. I've got a couple of the Terminator ones myself. I'm going to do a video on my NECA stuff because a subscriber's asked for it, so look out for that one. I don't have loads, probably got, I don't know, maybe 30 or 40 figures, I suppose. But I'll just go through them and show my collection and whatnot. But yeah, I just love the shop. They got the t-shirts, they got caps, they've got everything. Retro movies, games, and look at these pyjama trousers, Jurassic Park. I was so tempted to buy them. Proper up my street that was. And these are all the different caps. They have got some cool shit in here, to be fair. But you need to have deep pockets for some of it, I'm not gonna lie. Some dude off Dragon Ball there. Don't know, I don't watch Dragon Ball. Just popping into HMV to see the state of their gaming section. And HMV is just disappointing nowadays, like I said. It's just Funko Pops everywhere. American sweets and candy. It's just junk, man. So yeah, I didn't really enjoy HMV. As a teenager, I loved HMV. I was in there every weekend. Catch a train to Cardiff. Walk out with about 20 DVDs. But it's just not the same anymore, is it? But then I suppose HMV is more for music anyway, so you can get your vinyls there, your CDs still, so I So I said the States had their gaming section. They didn't actually have one at all anymore. So that sucks. We've got one last stop now before we go back to CEX. I'm going to go to Nerd Nook. Back to CEX. The hour's already up, but we'll go back, see if we can get a voucher for this. There's a few things I spotted I wanted. So I'll grab them, hopefully, if they're still there. But yeah, we'll have a quick look at Nerd Nook. Then back to CEX. And hopefully pick some stuff up with our voucher. And now another favourite shop of mine when I go to Cwmbran, the Nerd Nook. Now this is very similar to TVM, but it's slightly smaller, well a lot smaller, but they have, I don't want to say better stock, but different, you know. Some Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles Funko Pops. Glad I never got down that rabbit hole. And then we've got some Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles soda. Rise of the Ronins or something, whatever it is. How sick is this Freddie Mercury? And this isn't a Funko Pop, but it's a similar sort of thing of Tupac Shakur. Absolutely mint. But yeah, I'm so glad I never got down the rabbit hole of Funkos, because that's another expensive hobby that you can get drawn into. This little Halo set's cool. I wish they did more stuff like that, but of all different games. And then you've got like these life-size Chucky dolls. What's his wife's name? Is it Bridget? I didn't like these. Like I said, I like more realistic, not with the big heads on or the baby heads. Beetlejuice was quite cool though. I quite like these though. These Toonie Terrors or whatever they're called. Slightly different, but I'm not getting into that. Like I said, I collect too much as it is. Cost me a bastard fortune. These are the NECA Ninja Turtles where they do the horror movie spin-offs. Don't know if you've seen those before, but they're pretty sweet. And then I saw this big bad boy up there. Ed 209 from RoboCop. This is definitely on the list. I nearly bought one off eBay years ago and it didn't have the box. But yeah, that was a pretty good price, that was. And then I've never seen this one before. Officer Murphy. And you can actually change the accessories like you can with most NECA, and you can have it for when he actually got shot in the movie, which I thought was pretty sick. But yeah, I've never seen Officer Murphy before. I didn't know what these was. I seen that it said VHS on the side, which I thought was pretty sweet, but they're just t-shirts, so cool t-shirts, don't get me wrong, but not something I'd be picking up today. And I just had to have a nose of this Predator to see what it was. But it's one of them big bobblehead bloody things again. Not for me, unfortunately. But yeah, that's our little trip around Nerd Nook. I tell you what, it's probably a good idea that I don't have loads and loads of money, because I would just buy everything. Like Alex Murphy off RoboCop, I would have bought Ed 209, I would have bought some of the Predator stuff, Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. I probably would have caned about 300-400 quid in there easy, same as TVM. So I'm just glad that I don't have a lot of money, because I just fucking blow it, man. So as you can see, we had a nice little day out. We popped the Greggs, we went to Regenerate, we went clothes shopping and whatnot. We done a bit of everything, but I got a little pickup from the charity shop. It's nothing major, but it is Plants vs Zombies Garden Warfare. Now this is £1.50. I didn't know how much it was in CEX, but I just thought, well, for £1.50, it's probably going to be more expensive in CEX. I think it's around a £5, but actually looking, it's £8. Only issue is, it's the American version. They're all region free, it doesn't really matter. I had to get Dead Rising 2 as an NTSC copy, so I was like, well, do I need to stick to PAL all the time now, especially when everything's region free? I'm going to be doing a video on that shortly, probably be Tuesday's video now, where I'm going to discuss stuff like that a little bit further. So look out for that one. But yeah, £1.50, £8 in CEX, so I was happy with that. I'm keeping it, I'm not trading it in, so it doesn't matter that it's an ERSB copy. And then in Regenerate, I found this little gem for £2.99, the Resident Evil 6 Steelbook Edition. This is a really good kit. It's nice, it's got the sleeve with it. It's really good, Nick. I checked the disc over and everything. Now you're probably thinking, oh Wayne, you said you had all the Resident Evil Steelbooks. I do actually have this. I basically bought this to flip for £2.99. I had a quick check on eBay. Recently sold are around 15 quid. So if I get a tenner for that, that's 7 quid added to go towards another game, isn't it? So yeah. Nice find for £2.99 though. If anyone in the comments wants it, let me know. We'll sort something out. But other than that, it's going to be going on Vinted and eBay and whatnot. But yeah, £2.99, absolute steal. Went to CEX then, got my voucher. So basically I had a £124 voucher for my controller. I picked up 2 games. Well, I suppose you could call it 3. The reason I'm trading in my DualSense Edge controller. Now, it's the best controller I've ever owned. I think the PS5 is one of the best controllers ever made, but the DualSense Edge takes it to the next level. It's so well built. I've never had a day's problem with it. Absolutely insane controller. The reason I'm trading it in is the 30th anniversary accessories are coming out. They're actually being delivered today. I have ordered the 30th anniversary controller, the standard controller, which I'm keeping up there with my other controllers, which is going to stay sealed forever. But I also ordered the DualSense Edge, the premium controller as well. Hefty price tag on it. And I thought, well, I'm not going to keep that one sealed. If I got the other one sealed, I'm going to actually use it. So I don't need 2 DualSense Edge controllers. And obviously the 30th anniversary one looks a lot nicer. And I'm going to keep the better edition, aren't I? So that is going to be my controller going forward now. It's a DualSense Edge, but it's the 30th anniversary edition. And then I've got the 30th anniversary standard controller sealed forever. So I'll show you all that when it comes. They are coming today, so it'll probably be in next week's video. But yeah, really excited for them. So that's the reason I traded that in. I got £124 in vouchers. I didn't spend it all, which is not like me, I know. But there was a few things I liked in there, like the Last of Us Special Edition and whatnot, but that was way out my price range. But I do have a cunning plan with that. So hopefully I'll be able to pick that up if no one else beats me to it. Obviously, money isn't no object, so I do have to hustle and whatnot to do that, but I'll let you in on my plans for that. But the games I picked up was Dead Rising 4, Frank Biggs package. Never played this. I've heard good things. Jordan from Wild Game Hunting says it's a bit Christmassy, and looking at it with a street like that, it gives me Jingle All the Way vibes here for some reason. I don't know why, but yeah, looking forward to playing that. And I saw this, I had to get it. I don't own it, and it's minty. It is the Grand Theft Auto double pack. So it is Grand Theft Auto 3 and Vice City. But I've seen them online and stuff, but I don't think I've seen them in this condition. This is absolutely fantastic. If I open up these as well, they're mint. They're both complete with maps. I did double check. I don't know if they've ever been played, if I'm honest. But I am super happy to add that to my collection. You know, like I said, I'm not collecting PS1, 2 and 3 anymore. But when it's my favourite franchises and there's special editions and things like this, I'll still pick them up. So like GTA, I think I've got every game now. The only one I don't have is the collector's edition on PS1. I have all the games, but I don't have them in that nice cardboard. They do have it in Newport CEX. Laura, she phoned me and she was like telling me the different games that they had there. They do have it there. I think it's 62 quid. I said, hold off. I don't want to be spending big money on games at the moment. But I may go and pick that up. I got the voucher, but we'll see. We shall see. So yeah, I'm well happy to get that Grand Theft Auto double pack. Now, my plan with The Last of Us Collector's Edition is £260. I have now got £98 on a voucher. So obviously, I'm £162 short. I've started a little bit of a game fund. I've got a separate bank account. My channel is now monetized again, so I'm making money off videos. Obviously, I don't make a lot. I make about 40 quid a month. But that is gonna, I'm not spending that money. I don't use it to live or anything, so that's going in a separate account now. I'll probably have my first payment next month now, and it'll start ticking at 40 quid a month. I'm going to add my £98 vouchers to that, so, you know, by the end of this month or beginning of next month, I should have about 138 quid, depending on what I make on YouTube. I want to shout out to Ed209. He used the Buy Me a Coffee link, and he bought me like 8 coffees or something ridiculous, which in turn gives me 20 odd quid, so that's gone into the pot as well. And also all the channel members who have supported the channel, memberships are back live. Not everyone is re-signed up, which is fair enough, you don't have to, but I think I've got 6 members back, so I want to shout out to all you. Your names will be at the end of the video as always. And if anyone else wants to become a channel member and join Wayne's Wolfpack, you'll get access to the Discord chat and all that jazz. You get icons, like little things by your name when you leave comments and stuff like that. So, so the link's in the description if you want to do that. But yeah, I've got a little game fund setting up. And then today, I was watching a video on YouTube and someone mentioned cryptocurrency for whatever reason. And I remember back about 2 years ago, I bought some cryptocurrency and I drew it all back out. I was like, this ain't for me. But I had a small amount in there that I couldn't touch. It was under the threshold, so you needed to have more than 60 quid in there, I think, to be able to draw it out. And I didn't. I had like 30 quid or something. Completely forgot about it. It's not. So I thought, right, let's get on that app. I find all my login remembered my login details somehow after a few guesses. And I had 77 quid in there. So I was like, well, what do? Do I leave it in there, or do I thought, fuck it, I'm going to draw it out. So I drew it out. I've got no cryptocurrency anymore. I just thought I'd have a punt a few years ago. Didn't work out for me. So I had 77 quid. They took a few fees and whatever. It's left me with 72 quid. So that's gone into the game fund. As it currently stands, my game fund, I've got £97. I have, no, £95. Yeah, £95 in my game fund. I've got £98 on vouchers. So we're like 180, 190 quid there. And then obviously whatever I make off YouTube will keep topping it up. Sorry for that little break. The door knocked on out to stop. But yeah, my voice feels like it's going. I'm jabbering on today and today's video. I want to try and get through it because I don't want it to, I don't know, to be a massive long video, an hour long or whatever. But we got another parcel. I know what it is because it's Yodel. I know what Yodel was sending me. It's from Smith's Toys. We'll get into that now. But yeah, that's my plan. So I ain't far off that Last of Us collector's edition anyway. But then I've been thinking as well, I'm getting that because I saw it and it looked cool. In my head, the collector's editions I really want are the Resident Evil ones. I've wanted them for years, so why don't I start getting those? Like the Resident Evil 2 remake, Resident Evil 3 remake, Resident Evil 4, Resident Evil Village. So I may go down that route. But I'm getting a nice little fund together. I'll update that next week as and when and whatever gets added and all that jazz. So yeah, nice little fund again. I haven't had a fund for a while, so it was nice to do that. And like the YouTube income will just top that up, like 40 quid a month or 30 quid, whatever I make. So before I get my Grail, let's open this up. I know what it is. I am super happy for this. It is the PlayStation DualSense 30th Anniversary Edition. Well, happy with that. We're just waiting for the edge now to turn up. I really want to open it just so you could see it, but I wanted to keep it sealed. Oh, let's just open it. I don't know why I want to keep it sealed anyway. I can put it back in the box, can't I, and leave it on the shelf. Let's be honest, I'm never going to sell the bloody thing, so does it matter if it's sealed? That is if I can open it. Trying not to rip the box. Oh, a slightly different setup to the others. Different box. and a different bag. That's embossed with the logos. And then this is the bad boy here. Oh, that is sweet. Absolutely, that is sexual almost. I absolutely love that. Oh my god, the door's knocking again. 2 seconds. Now, I was really hoping that was the DualSense edges, not as a Christmas present I bought for Laura. But look at that. That is absolutely insane. They've done an awesome job with that. I'm super excited for my other one to come now, because it's going to look the bomb. And I get to play it every day. So there we are, folks. That's another video. I shall catch you all on the next one. Oh yeah, the Grail. I forgot. Let's get down to Del Boys. Right, so we are on our way to Del Boys to get our Holy Grail. So excited for this. I say Holy Grail, it's a Grail for my collection, but yeah, really happy to go and get this. Sorry, there's loads of people stood outside my van. I'm parked outside a pub, and they're all staring at me and laughing and chatting, but fuck them. Yeah, so we're off to get the Grail now. Cannot wait. Just a little walk to Del Boys now, just parked up. Need to go and get some cash first. And I'm excited to show you all this. I've wanted this for ages, so let's go get it. Hey. So there we are. That was my little trip to Del Boys. I had a little wander around, as you do. Nothing really else I wanted, but this is the reason I went there. Boom! The Resident Evil 4 chainsaw controller for the PS2. Now, a few of you guessed this in the comments. I can't remember. I'll look for the comment. I'll put you up here. you actually bought the one that I was going to buy on eBay for 150 quid. Managed to pick this one up for 150 quid. I am over the moon with it. Absolutely over the moon with it. And I have opened it. I have got it out. So I'm not afraid to do that on here either. Look at this bad boy. Absolutely. And I didn't know you could actually pull the post cord. Whether you can play the game with this, I don't know, because these are very close together. It'll be playing like a Switch. The buttons are tiny and whatnot, but I may actually give it a go. Maybe do a live stream using it, because it'll be pretty cool. But this is number 15,121 out of 50,000. Now, Jordan from Wild Game Hunting as well told me that the blood splatter on them, they're all different or something. No two are the same. They're all individual. Whether that's true or not, I don't know. But it'd be interesting to see if these fingerprints were different as well. But I have wanted this for so long. This is currently around £210 in CX, I believe. eBay, they're all over the shop really. There's one guy selling one for like 450 quid or something. He sent me an offer after I bought this. He said I could have it for like I think it's 499, and he said I could have it for 460. I was like, yeah, no chance. But 150 notes. It comes with all the leads and whatnot in the drawer. If I can, there we go. But yeah, I am super happy. I've wanted one of these for the longest time. Thank you, Del Boy. You have made a young man or an old man happy. I just got to find somewhere to put it now. But when we move house, I'm going to set up the game. I'm going to put a bit of planning into the game room. I'm thinking of having different displays. So like a Resident Evil display, a Silent Hill display, and stuff like that. So, yeah. Well happy with that. So this is the Grail I've been talking about. I know some of you will be like, that's not a Grail. It is to me. I have wanted one for so long. And to have this in my collection now, I am over the moon. So that's another week done, folks. That's another video. I thank you all for tuning in. The support is overwhelming. The channel seems to be doing okay as well. Views are up on what they usually are. Subs are climbing up slowly. We're nearly at 8,000. Can't thank you all enough. Hope you enjoy the content. And I'll see you again on Tuesday for my little discussion about region-free games and all that jazz. So I'll see you there. Take care of yourselves. Stay safe and game on.
Big respect to the gamer, name of Wayne. In his royal PlayStation, reigns the same. And he's got love for the levels, high score or not. But for now, he'll show you why his collection's hot. 24!